Hello, this is Sirrano with the New Jersey Pulse News. Today, myself and the 7 members of the Paterson City Council showed up at the prosecutor's office so that they can go to the grand jury and be indicted on charges of official misconduct. While I was in court today, the former council president Bill McCoy attempted to harass me inside the courtroom, and I stepped away from him and asked him to leave me alone. He proceeded to leave the other end of the corridor to come over here after me. I knew what he was up to, and I walked away from him. And they took them into the processing room. They were not fingerprinted nor processed, and that's because they are elected officials. Anybody else charged with a crime that has to go to the grand jury is fingerprinted and photographed, processed through the system. But already they got that favor of not having themselves processed through the system today. So you already know what's coming in here. I told you about Camille Valdez, who this is her domain. She was at the city council with them. So if you look back at my previous videos, you're going to see that. But I wanted to show you what happened today outside the courtroom. This is Channel 4. So this may air in Channel 4 News. They were the only ones that showed up as well. So this is me speaking to a cameraman from Channel 4. He was just standing around, and I wanted to put some paper in my box, and he was telling. I asked him why he was there. I'm always curious. And he said he was on a case with the 7 council members, but he didn't see anybody, and some guy filed charges against him, and I said, I'm the guy. So he's right there doing an interview with me on camera. So the interview continues. So I'm interviewing the guy, and I took some numbers down there, and I'm going to show you what happened out when the elected officials who came out from the processing from the courthouse did. So we're going to go to 1950. So I told him when they were coming out, I was going to show them, inform him. So here we go. These are the elected officials coming out. Here you see Bill McCoy, Councilman Bill McCoy, and an attorney. You see Louis Velez, who is not charged in this case, but another. You see McCoy's brother. You see Mike Jackson coming out as well. So they wanted to talk to the camera, Channel 4. I said, go ahead, and I interview them, find out what they got to say. So they're mouthing off, and that's me to the side here, right here. On my screen, it's on the right. It's on your screen on the left. Your screen is on the left. It's kind of switched around. So I'm videotaping their interview. No trouble with them. So here's what happens. I was actually assaulted by Bill McCoy today. So we're going to go to 2150, and you're going to see what he does. So here's Bill McCoy, right? He turns his back, and you're going to see he comes right up against me and body chucks me. This is the councilman of the city of Paterson, the 3rd largest city in New Jersey. And look at his behavior. You'll see the body chuck. Boom, right there. And then I fall back. They're here on a grand jury indictment, and he sees me and goes and body chucks me with his whole body and assaults me right there outside of the grand jury, of the court proceedings that just took place. So he's running the city of Paterson, and then Louis Velez, who's decided to challenge me, and he's not charged in this case, he's charged in the other case. Called him a bum, I called him a street corner hustler, and we had a yelling match going on between me and them. So this is after Bill McCoy body chucks me. You see that cane on the floor right now. I have to move away from him. I want to show you another angle where it's actually on that black camera I'm holding in my hand. There he is, intimidating, terrorizing me with his cell phone. This is an elected official who is supposed to be respectful and respectable to the laws and the Constitution of the United States. They are charged with violating the Constitution of the United States and not giving me, the press, the right as a person, constitutional protection. So here he is with a camera in his hand, still coming up to my face to intimidate me, instead of holding himself and standing back and being respectful. This is the nature of the street corner hustlers, is what I call them. And you'll see my camera's off to the side, and you'll see him come in the camera and body chucks me, and you saw it in the other video.
Excuse me.
Boom. And then I'm saying excuse me when he hits me. So this is the elected official in the city of Paterson. Just street thugs, street corner hustlers, bullying people, even being indicted today, even going to be indicted, still committing the crimes, not learning a lesson. Not learning a lesson that you cannot intimidate the press, you cannot bully the press, and you cannot assault the press. And he's still doing it right there. And you'll see, let's see what happens here. So that's me pulling away after he hits me, and I said, excuse me. That cane was standing up, it fell to the floor. So this is what this is what happened when they went to court today. They were still continuing. And then you see Luis Velez standing off to the side there. So he's ready to try to attack for them. Remember I said they all do it for each other. Mike Jackson is giving an interview that I wants to sue the city and make money and the news that I do and all this kind of stuff. But he never told the reporter that for $140,000 he owes the city, the taxes. And he stated on his camera again that I just hit him, and that's why he had to call the cops on me. But what he doesn't know, he's already charged with lying to a police officer that nobody was around him to hit him. So we caught him there again. I'm glad he actually mentioned it, because when we go to court on his separate trial, and then the whole thing escalated, and let's see how it escalated. There was me yelling at them. There was Bill McCoy. It starts right here. So Luis Velez started opening up his mouth. I'm here quiet by myself, not doing anything. I go up to try to get a closer photos, so they started yelling at me, and here's Bill McCoy with the paper in his hand to my face, yelling back at me. There was a shouting match going on in front of the courthouse between me and them. And I look, here he is. Wouldn't leave. A respectable councilman will give a speech, and he would leave. But these are street corner hustlers. They're bullies. And even outside the courtroom, they had no respect for the Constitution and my rights. Luis Velez now is up to the corner there, trying to put his 2 cents in and call me all kind of names. And then it started. Here's me arguing with them arguing back. Here's Channel 4 recording it. Called him a bum. So it went on. And there's Velez. No qualifications, I told him. He has no qualifications. He has nothing. He gave us sandwiches. That's how we got elected. No legal training. No economic development. He was a bum. And there's me and him having a back and forth. He's also charged. Now in this case, he's charged in 2 other cases that's coming up, where he made the legal argument to ban my newspapers from receiving information. He continues with me. Again, he just likes to talk and talk, no qualifications to be an elected official, and here I am telling him that over and over again. You have no qualifications, you should have never been elected. This is why Paterson is doing a mess that it's in, back and forth, and that's the new challenge for recording our confrontation. And so this is what happens outside the courthouse. They decided to attack me, and I decided to call them out right there, that they were incompetent and not fit for office. And then this is Bill McCoy's brother, I think, over there. It goes on. So anyway, that's what happened outside the courthouse today. They didn't want me inside the processing room, which they never got processed. So already trouble with the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office, and we're just going to keep an eye on this case. Grand jury. They told them they all have to go to grand jury. They signed them up for grand jury. So now I have to testify before a grand jury. And I guarantee you, I'm going to try to put this tape in to show even outside the courthouse, this is what they do. People were witnessing this guy here saying they're corrupted, and they are. So they wouldn't leave me alone. They would not leave me alone. They're coming out of the courtroom, just go home. Just Go back to your jobs. But one of the things that they were saying is, I'm costing the taxpayers. It was a judge that looked over the evidence. It was a judge that found probable cause to indict you, not me. I just gave the judge the facts and the evidence of what they did. The judge decided, based on the evidence, you are right, and they should be indicted. Now let the prosecutor do her job and indict them and take them to trial. And they're saying, I'm costing the taxpayers. I didn't beat up on people. I didn't assault people. I didn't violate people's rights. You did, in the elected trust by the people of Paterson. So, you can't make this stuff up, you know. So, this is Sirrano, New Jersey Pulse. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.